Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. How many times have you mistaken attention for love? How many times have you chased someone who made your heart race, only to realize they were never running toward you? We live in a world where people confuse chemistry with compatibility, passion with peace, and attraction with alignment. But if you truly want to find love that lasts, you have to stop being addicted to the spark and start valuing the flame that never burns out. Because the right person won't make your heart anxious, they'll make your soul feel safe. And ladies and gentlemen, choosing the right person in love is not about finding someone who makes your heart race for a few weeks. It's about finding someone whose presence gives your life peace, direction, and consistency. We live in a world where people confuse intensity for intimacy. They think chemistry means compatibility, but the truth is, chemistry can draw you in while compatibility keeps you there. Anyone can make you feel butterflies at the start, but not everyone can make you feel safe enough to unfold your true self without fear of being judged or rejected. Choosing the right person is not about chasing passion that burns uncontrollably, it's about building a connection that burns steadily. And when you meet someone new, your emotions will try to take the wheel. You'll get excited, nervous, hopeful, maybe even a little addicted to the idea of them. But love is not something you fall into blindly. It's something you choose consciously. The right person isn't the one who gives you the biggest emotional high. It's the one who proves through their actions that your heart is safe with them. Real love is not about fireworks, it's about foundation. And before you can choose the right person, you have to first become the right person for yourself. You cannot choose wisely when you're still trying to fill the emptiness within you. If you're lonely, anyone's attention can feel like love. If you're insecure, anyone's validation can feel like safety. But when you know your worth, you stop mistaking attraction for alignment. You stop chasing people who make you question your value and start recognizing the ones who make you feel seen and respected. The right person doesn't complete you, they complement you. They don't fill your void, they help you grow beyond it. And ask yourself this: when I'm with them, do I like who I become? That's one of the most important questions in love. The right person won't make you anxious all the time. They won't keep you guessing. They won't make you fight for basic respect or attention. They will bring calm to your chaos. They will make you feel understood, not confused. You will feel a sense of peace, even in silence. Because the right relationship doesn't drain you, it restores you. And we have been conditioned to believe that love is supposed to be dramatic, difficult, and full of emotional highs and lows. We've been told that if it's not hard, it's not real, but that's not love. That's chaos disguised as passion. The right person will make love feel easy, not because life becomes perfect, but because both of you are willing to work through imperfection together. The right person will communicate when it's hard to talk, stay when it's easier to leave, and show up even when it's uncomfortable. And choosing the right person means paying attention not just to what they say when they want you, but to what they do when they could lose you. Anyone can be charming when they're trying to impress you, but consistency over time is what reveals someone's true character. Watch how they handle conflict, how they speak about others, how they respond when you set boundaries. Love is not tested when things are easy, it's tested when things are inconvenient. If they respect you when you're not giving them what they want, that's someone worth keeping. And the wrong person will make you feel like you have to perform for love, like you must constantly prove your value. The right person will make you feel like you can just be. They'll see your flaws, your quirks, your fears, and still choose you. You'll never have to shrink yourself to fit into their world. They'll expand their world to make space for you. And you'll do the same for them, not out of obligation, but out of genuine care and respect. That's what real partnership looks like. And you'll know you're choosing the right person when the relationship doesn't feel like walking on eggshells. You can disagree without destroying each other. You can apologize without losing dignity. You can be honest without being punished for it. You can love without fear that tomorrow they'll change their mind. That doesn't come from perfect people. It comes from emotionally mature people who choose growth over ego, understanding over judgment, and commitment over comfort. And if you're still unsure how to recognize the right person, start by looking at the way they make you feel in the quiet moments. Do you feel secure when they're not around? Do you trust that their words align with their actions? Do you feel like you can breathe when you're with them? If you constantly feel anxious, confused, or uncertain, that's your intuition telling you something isn't aligned. The right person won't confuse you, they'll bring clarity. And sometimes the reason we end up with the wrong people is because we keep choosing potential over reality. We fall for who they could be instead of who they actually are. But love built on potential is like building a house on sand. You cannot build a stable relationship hoping someone will change. Choose someone who already embodies the values that matter to you, not someone you're hoping to fix or save. You are not a project manager for someone's personal development. You deserve to be loved by someone who's already ready for love. And choosing the right person also means choosing someone whose vision aligns with yours. You may love someone deeply, but if your values are fundamentally different, love alone won't be enough. You can't build a long-term future with someone who wants a completely different life. The right person doesn't just share your feelings, they share your direction. You're both walking the same path at the same pace toward the same horizon. And when you choose that kind of person, love starts to feel less like a battle and more like a team. You stop competing with each other and start growing together. You stop keeping score and start building trust. The relationship becomes a space where you can both win, where your success doesn't threaten them and their growth doesn't intimidate you. You celebrate each other's victories because you see them as your own, and you don't need someone who promises the world. You need someone who shows up in the small, ordinary moments of your life. The person who checks on you when you've had a long day, the one who listens not to reply, but to understand. The one who remembers the little details that matter to you, because love isn't measured by grand gestures, it's measured by consistent acts of care. And finally, choosing the right person means having the courage to walk away from the wrong ones. Sometimes love requires strength, not to hold on, but to let go. Because every time you settle for less than you deserve, you delay the love that was meant for you. Don't be afraid to be alone for a while. Solitude is where you regain your clarity. It's where you remind yourself that your peace is worth more than someone else's presence. When you choose yourself first, you'll attract someone who knows how to choose you too, and the right person will not complete your story. They'll join you in writing the next chapter. They'll bring out your best self, challenge you kindly, and love you without conditions. You won't have to chase them, fix them, or convince them to care. Love with the right person won't feel like a fight for attention. It will feel like a home you didn't have to beg to enter. And when you begin to understand this, you start to see that choosing the right person in love isn't about luck, it's about clarity. It's about being brave enough to look beyond the surface, to see who someone is when they're not trying to impress you. Because love isn't built in the highlight moments, it's built in the in-between ones. The right person shows you who they are not just in their words, but in their habits. How do they treat people they gain nothing from? How do they respond when they're tired, stressed, or not getting their way? That's where the truth lies, and when you pay attention to that truth, you save yourself from years of emotional confusion disguised as romance. And the right person isn't always the most exciting at first glance. Sometimes they're the calm in a world that's addicted to chaos. They might not say all the right things or have a perfect story to tell, but they'll bring you peace where others brought you pain. They won't play games to keep your attention. They'll earn your respect by being consistent. They won't make you question your place in their life because they'll show you that you have one. And the more time you spend around that kind of person, the more you'll realize that real love isn't supposed to make you lose yourself. It's supposed to help you find more of who you are. And to choose the right person, you must also learn to slow down. We live in a culture of instant gratification where people want love to happen overnight. But the strongest relationships are built slowly. They grow through shared experiences, through small acts of care, through honest conversations, and through showing up day after day. It's not about how quickly you fall, it's about how deeply you connect. So don't rush to define something before it's ready. Take your time to really see the person in front of you. Ask questions, notice patterns, pay attention to how you feel when you're around them. Time reveals truth, and truth is the foundation of lasting love. And you'll know you're on the right path when love starts to feel balanced. It's not one person doing all the emotional heavy lifting. It's not you trying to earn love while the other person coasts. It's two people meeting each other halfway, both putting in effort, both taking accountability, both choosing to show up with kindness. That kind of love doesn't feel like a chase. It feels like a rhythm. You move together, grow together, and create something that feels stable, not fragile. And choosing the right person also means learning to separate connection from compatibility. You can have a deep connection with someone and still not be right for each other long term. Connection is emotional, compatibility is practical. The right person has both. They make you feel something, but they also fit into your life in a way that makes sense. You share similar values, goals, and communication styles. You align on the things that actually sustain a relationship. Because love without compatibility is like trying to run a marathon in different directions. You might start strong, but eventually you'll pull each other apart. And a huge part of choosing right is learning to trust actions over intentions. Someone can have the best intentions in the world and still hurt you because they're not emotionally ready. Don't fall for potential, fall for consistency. Anyone can say they care, but the person who truly does will show up when it's inconvenient. They'll listen when it's easier to walk away. They'll apologize when they've made a mistake. They'll communicate, not manipulate. They'll make you feel safe, not small. Real love isn't something you have to beg for. It's something that's given freely and built daily. And another sign you've chosen the right person is that you feel free to be honest. You can express your needs without fear of being judged. You can disagree without losing connection. You can talk about your fears, your dreams, your insecurities, and they don't use them against you. They hold space for you instead, because love isn't about pretending to be perfect. It's about being vulnerable enough to be real. And the right person won't run from your truth. They'll appreciate it. They'll know that your honesty is an act of trust, not criticism. And the wrong person will make you feel like you're too much, too emotional, too demanding, too intense. The right person will see your depth as beautiful, not burdensome. They won't tell you to quiet your feelings. They'll listen to understand them. They'll make space for your emotions instead of making you feel guilty for having them. And that kind of emotional safety is priceless. It's what allows love to truly thrive, and we often talk about finding the one. But the truth is, the right person isn't a perfect match who never challenges you. They'll challenge you, but in a way that helps you grow. They'll call you out with love, not criticism. They'll push you to be your best self, not because they want to change you, but because they believe in you. The right person won't let you settle for mediocrity, not in love, not in life. They'll remind you of your worth when you forget it, and they'll stand beside you as you chase the things that make you feel alive. And let's be honest, love will never be completely free of struggle, but the difference between the right person and the wrong one is that with the right person, the struggle feels purposeful. You're fighting for each other, not against each other. The challenges bring you closer, not further apart. You learn to communicate better, to forgive faster, to love deeper. The wrong person will drain you. The right one will teach you. And that lesson will make every past heartbreak worth it. And if you want to choose the right person, start by paying attention to how they handle your boundaries. Because someone's respect for your boundaries reveals how they'll treat your heart. The wrong person will take your no as a challenge. The right person will take it as guidance. They won't pressure you to move faster than you're ready to. They'll honor your pace, your comfort, your emotional safety. That's not weakness, that's maturity. Real love is never built through pressure. It's built through patience. And sometimes, choosing the right person means choosing differently than you have before. It means not chasing what feels familiar if familiar has always hurt you. It means breaking the cycle of choosing people who trigger your wounds instead of healing them. It means not mistaking intensity for love or chaos for excitement. The right person might not make your heart race with anxiety, but they'll make your soul exhale in peace. And that peace, my friends, is what real love feels like. And as you grow, your definition of attraction will evolve. You'll start valuing peace over passion, consistency over charm, effort over promises. You'll realize that what you used to call boring is actually stability. What you used to think was too calm is actually emotional safety. What you used to chase because it felt exciting was actually your nervous system mistaking anxiety for love. Growth teaches you that true love doesn't need to hurt to feel real, and choosing the right person isn't just about who they are. It's also about who you become when you're with them. You'll know you've chosen well when the relationship makes you more confident, not more anxious, when it gives you energy, not exhaustion, when it reminds you of your worth, not your wounds. The right person will bring out your softness, your laughter, your creativity. You'll feel seen in ways you didn't think were possible, And that's when you realize that love isn't supposed to fix you, it's supposed to nurture you. But to get there, you must first learn to choose yourself. You have to stop settling for people who give you half love while you offer them your whole heart. You have to stop trying to convince someone to see your value. The right person will recognize it from the start. When you start treating yourself with the same love and respect you're hoping to receive, you naturally attract people who can meet you at that level. You stop begging for love because you already know you're worthy of it, and choosing the right person in love starts with believing that you deserve one. Because when you finally believe that, you stop chasing people who make you doubt it. You stop trying to earn love from those who don't know how to give it. You stop mistaking attention for affection, and you start craving peace more than you crave validation. You stop falling for potential, and you start choosing partnership. And that shift, that moment when you finally realize that love isn't about losing yourself, it's about being more yourself, that's when everything begins to change. And when that shift happens, something powerful awakens inside you. You begin to see that love isn't about finding someone who never makes mistakes. It's about finding someone whose intentions align with their actions, someone who chooses to understand you instead of simply reacting to you. You stop idealizing perfection and start valuing presence. Because at the end of the day, the right person is not the one who makes every moment magical. It's the one who stands beside you when the magic fades and the real work of love begins. And you see, love isn't built on constant excitement. It's built on commitment through the ordinary. It's in the small gestures, the quiet mornings, the shared silences, and the unspoken understanding that you're both still choosing each other, even when life feels heavy. The right person won't always have the right words, but they'll have the right heart, and that heart will show up again and again, not out of obligation, but because they want to. That's what separates someone who loves you for convenience from someone who loves you for real. And too often, people chase the idea of love instead of the practice of it. They want the thrill, the intensity, the chase, but not the responsibility that comes with being truly connected. But love without responsibility is fleeting. It burns fast and dies quickly. The right person will show you that real connection isn't about grand gestures, it's about consistency. They'll make effort feel natural, not forced. They'll check in because they care, not because they're keeping score. And over time, that steady presence becomes the safest thing you'll ever know. But here's the truth many people overlook. Before you can recognize the right person, you have to unlearn your attraction to the wrong ones. Because sometimes your heart confuses chaos with chemistry. You find yourself drawn to what's familiar, even when it's unhealthy. You chase people who make you feel like love is a test you have to pass, because deep down you've been taught that love is something you earn. But when you heal that belief, you begin to see love differently. You stop being drawn to those who make you prove your worth, and you start being drawn to those who remind you of it. Healing is the first step to choosing right, and the right person will never make you question whether you're too much. They'll never make you feel like loving deeply is a flaw. In fact, they'll appreciate your depth. They'll meet you there. They'll see your honesty not as vulnerability to exploit, but as trust to protect. You'll feel safe sharing your thoughts, your fears, your dreams, even your past mistakes, because you'll know you're not being judged. You're being understood. That's the quiet miracle of being loved by the right person. You finally feel seen without having to hide. And choosing the right person also means recognizing the difference between attention and intention. Attention can be exciting. It feels good to be noticed, to be desired, but intention is where love lives. The wrong person will give you attention to get what they want. The right person will give you attention because they want to build something that lasts. Attention is momentary, intention is continuous. The person who's right for you won't just say the right things, they'll follow through. You won't have to decode mixed signals or wonder what they feel, because their consistency will speak louder than any words ever could. And when you find that, you'll notice something beautiful. Your anxiety quiets down, the overthinking stops. The urge to chase or control fades because the right person gives you the freedom to relax. You can be fully yourself without worrying that it's too much or not enough. You can be silly, serious, passionate, or quiet, and they'll love all versions of you. Love becomes a place of rest, not a battlefield. And that peace, that sense of being accepted without performance, is what your heart has been craving all along. But don't confuse peace with boredom. Peace doesn't mean there's no spark. It means the spark exists within stability. The right person will still excite you, but they'll do it in a grounded way. You'll laugh more, you'll grow more. You'll experience new things together, but with an emotional foundation strong enough to handle the ups and downs of life. You'll realize that drama isn't passion, it's dysfunction. And when you've had enough of relationships that drain you, you'll see how rare and precious it is to find one that fills you. And sometimes, choosing the right person means walking away from the one who almost feels right. It means letting go of potential that never becomes reality. It means acknowledging that love alone isn't enough if respect, honesty, and effort are missing. You can love someone deeply and still know they're not your person. And that's one of the hardest truths to accept, that sometimes the most loving thing you can do is to stop trying to make something work that was never meant to. And because the right person won't need convincing, you won't have to constantly explain your needs or justify why you deserve more. They'll get it, they'll listen, they'll show you through their actions that they value what you value. You won't have to chase them into alignment, it'll just happen because both of you are ready for the same kind of love. That readiness, that emotional maturity, is what makes love sustainable. It's not about how strong your feelings are, it's about how aligned your lives and values are. And alignment isn't about perfection, it's about partnership. The right person won't try to control you, they'll support you. They'll cheer you on when you chase your dreams, not make you feel guilty for having them. They'll want you to shine, not shrink. You'll feel like you're on the same team, not playing against each other. And when challenges arise, instead of turning on one another, you'll turn toward each other. That's when love transforms from something that feels uncertain into something that feels unshakable. And the right person also helps you redefine what strength looks like in love. You'll learn that vulnerability is not weakness, it's courage. You'll realize that expressing your needs doesn't make you needy, it makes you honest. You'll see that apologizing doesn't make you lose power, it builds trust. And the right person will mirror that same energy. They won't play power games or weaponize silence. They'll be open, transparent, and accountable. You'll both know that love isn't a competition, it's cooperation. And as you evolve, your standards evolve with you. You'll stop wanting someone who just looks good next to you and start wanting someone who feels good to stand beside. You'll stop caring about superficial attraction and start caring about emotional connection. You'll look for someone whose energy feels calm, whose presence feels steady, whose words match their behavior. And in that clarity, you'll realize that real love isn't something you find. It's something you build with the right person who's willing to build it with you. And choosing the right person means you choose someone who respects your individuality. You don't lose yourself in the relationship, you expand. You have space to grow, to evolve, to pursue what fulfills you, and they do the same. You become two whole people who choose to share your wholeness, not two broken pieces trying to complete each other. That's what makes love beautiful. You don't need them to survive, but you want them because life feels better together. And one day you'll look back and realize that the moments that defined your relationship weren't the grand romantic gestures. They were the mornings they made you coffee, the nights they listened when you were overwhelmed, the way they stood by you when life didn't go as planned. Those are the things that create real intimacy, because the right person loves you in the everyday, not just in the highlight reel. And you'll know you've chosen right when love feels like alignment, not effort, when communication feels natural, not forced, when you can be silent together and still feel connected, when your heart feels full, not anxious, when you don't question whether they care, because they've shown you they do again and again. That's what choosing right looks like. It's not dramatic, but it's deeply meaningful. It's not unpredictable, but it's endlessly fulfilling. And when you finally experience that kind of love, you'll realize it was never about finding someone perfect. It was about finding someone willing to grow, to understand, to stay, to choose you every single day, not because they have to, but because they want to. And when you find that, you'll understand that love isn't the destination. It's the journey you take with the right person who walks beside you, hand in hand, no matter how winding the path may be. And when you finally find yourself walking that path, you start to understand that choosing the right person was never about finding perfection. It was about finding presence. The kind of presence that makes you feel grounded even when life is uncertain. The kind of presence that reminds you that love doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. It can be quiet, steady, patient, and deeply real. You begin to see that love isn't about constantly being swept off your feet. It's about having someone who stands firmly beside you when the ground beneath you shakes. That's what real connection feels like. It doesn't take your breath away. It helps you breathe again. And as you grow through love, you'll begin to realize that the right person doesn't just fit into your world. They help you expand it. They'll encourage you to chase your passions, even the ones that scare you. They'll support you in becoming the person you're meant to be, not the version they want you to be. The wrong person will see your growth as a threat, but the right person will see it as a gift. They'll celebrate your wins like they're their own, and they'll stand by you when you stumble. Because to them, love isn't about control, it's about contribution. They'll contribute to your peace, your purpose, and your progress, and they'll expect you to do the same. And you'll also learn that real love has very little to do with what you say and everything to do with how you show up. The right person will show up for you in moments that matter, even when it's inconvenient. They won't disappear when things get uncomfortable. They won't run when you're not at your best. They'll stay not because it's easy, but because it's right. Love isn't about convenience, it's about commitment. The right person won't just want you when you're shining, they'll hold your hand in the dark, too. And there's a certain peace that comes when you stop chasing people who confuse you, when you stop begging for clarity, when you realize that if someone truly values you, you won't have to question their intentions, you won't have to wonder if they care. You won't have to constantly decode mixed signals. The right person doesn't make you play guessing games. They make you feel certain. They communicate, they reassure, and they take accountability. Because when love is real, it's not confusing. It's calm, even when it's passionate. It's steady, even when it's spontaneous. And you'll find that calm is one of the most beautiful forms of connection you'll ever experience. But love, even with the right person, will always require effort. You can't expect growth without communication. You can't expect connection without vulnerability. You can't expect longevity without forgiveness. The right person won't eliminate all conflict. They'll just handle it differently. Instead of turning disagreements into wars, they'll turn them into conversations. Instead of needing to win, they'll want to understand. Instead of running, they'll stay and rebuild. You'll learn that healthy love isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about facing them together with respect and grace. And that's what makes it powerful, because love isn't proven in the easy days. It's proven in the moments when everything feels uncertain. It's in how you both respond when life throws something unexpected your way. It's how you hold space for each other when the world feels heavy. It's how you forgive when your pride wants you to walk away. Choosing the right person means choosing someone who knows how to repair, not just react. Someone who values peace more than being right. Someone who knows that love isn't about winning, it's about understanding. And the right person will also remind you that love is a partnership, not a rescue mission. You're not there to save each other, you're there to support each other. You're not there to fix someone's wounds, you're there to love them while they heal. The difference between rescuing and supporting is boundaries. The right person won't ask you to sacrifice your peace to prove your love. They'll understand that healthy love thrives within limits that protect both people's emotional well-being. You'll learn that saying no when something doesn't feel right doesn't push love away. It strengthens it because it keeps respect alive. And the more you grow in love, the more you'll understand that it's not always about big emotions. It's about emotional safety. It's about feeling free to speak your truth without being punished for it. It's about knowing that even when you make mistakes, you're still seen as worthy of love. The right person doesn't weaponize your vulnerability, they honor it. They don't use your insecurities against you, they hold them with care. And that kind of love transforms you. It softens the walls you built around your heart. It teaches you that love doesn't have to hurt to be meaningful. It shows you that emotional safety is the foundation of passion that lasts. And when you choose the right person, you'll also notice that your sense of self becomes stronger, not weaker. You won't lose your independence, you'll enhance it. You'll find that you both have lives outside the relationship, yet you always choose to return to each other. The right person doesn't isolate you from your world, they inspire you to engage with it more fully. They'll be proud of who you are, and they'll want others to see that too. You'll feel like you're walking beside an equal, not someone who overshadows or diminishes you. That balance is what creates the kind of love that lasts through time. And there will be moments, quiet ones, when you look at them and realize that you no longer feel the need to prove anything. You don't have to earn love. You don't have to perform. You don't have to hide parts of yourself to be accepted. You'll feel seen in a way that makes your past self, the one who begged for validation, finally exhale. Because you'll understand that love was never about being perfect for someone else. It was about finding the person who made you realize you were already enough. But to experience that, you have to stop settling for people who make you forget your worth. You have to stop explaining to someone why you deserve love. You have to stop lowering your standards out of fear of being alone. Because the truth is, loneliness with the wrong person is far worse than being single. The wrong person will make you feel unseen even while they're standing right next to you. The right person, on the other hand, can make you feel loved even in silence. Don't let your fear of being alone convince you to accept a love that makes you feel small. And sometimes, the most powerful decision you'll ever make is walking away from something that almost works. It takes strength to say, I want something healthier. It takes courage to say, this version of love isn't enough. But when you do, you create space for something real to find you. You begin to attract from a place of wholeness instead of scarcity. And when love arrives again, it feels different. It doesn't take you on an emotional roller coaster. It gives you peace of mind. It doesn't make you question your worth. It confirms it. It doesn't drain you. It fills you. That's how you'll know you've chosen differently this time. And you'll also start to notice how much your energy changes around the right person. You won't feel the constant need to analyze every message or every word. You won't overthink whether they care. You'll just know their effort will be consistent, their affection will be steady, their presence will feel like a gift, not a gamble. You'll realize that love isn't supposed to feel like uncertainty. It's supposed to feel like alignment. And that kind of love doesn't just make your relationship stronger. It makes you stronger. It gives you confidence, calm, and clarity. And through that, you'll understand one of the greatest truths about choosing the right person. They won't complete your life. They'll complement it. They won't fix your pain, but they'll walk beside you while you heal it. They won't take away your challenges, but they'll remind you that you don't have to face them alone. The right person doesn't take over your story, they join it, and together you write something extraordinary. And there's no such thing as a perfect relationship, but there is such a thing as two people who are perfectly committed to making it work. And when you find that, when you finally choose someone who chooses you back with the same energy, intention, and heart, you realize that love was never about finding someone flawless. It was about finding someone faithful, someone who stays, grows, listens, and learns with you, someone who shows up, not just when it's convenient, but when it's critical. Someone who makes love feel less like a risk and more like a reward you both earn every single day through care, communication, and choice.